Hey y'all, Maple here. I have spoken some about the 5 Tibetan rites. I shared my start of journey back last February, and we're nearing a year of doing them almost daily. I encourage you to pick up this tradition into your practice if you haven't, or at least look into it and check it out. But the 5 Tibetan rites, there's 5 rites traditionally done 21 times each. I'm just gonna do them right here in my regular practice. Feel free to do them with me, or you can pause. Start off, like when I was beginning, I just did 3 each just to get comfortable with it in your own body. And it really is like this beautiful journey that unfolds as you go. Like I'm just starting out, right? But I've noticed so many different nuances of my body and the way my brain thinks about it and my performance with it. And also how the rest of my life has truly like become better because of these 5 Tibetan rites. So read about it. There's tons of books with people's own experiences doing it for years and years, decades. Have your own journey. Create a journal, I would recommend, while you do it, and just look back and see like what's changed for you as you go. Cool. Well, we'll start off with the first rite. The first rite is basically standing in mountain, but with your arms teed out, and in a clockwise direction, you will turn to the right, clockwise, 21 times. Again, feel free to pause this at any time, skip it, or go through it. All right, let's go. We're on 18 now, 19, 20, and last one, 21, and done. So sometimes the arms can be really sore after that, or you might feel a little dizzy. I recommend standing wide, taking your hands to your hips, and just kind of looking towards the ground for a moment until you can collect yourself if you become dizzy. Take some deep breaths, and when you're ready, we've got Rite 2. I consider Rite 2, it's like the deep core one, core strength. It's a power workout, but it's kind of like a jackknife if you're doing more of a power workout. So you actually do it lying down. Modify any of these as you need. So again, I started out with just 3 each until I built up to being able to do 21. So they recommend legs long, shoulders tucked down your back, brace yourself with your hands by your side, and then when you lift up with your head, neck, and shoulders, your arms will reach forward as your legs come up. So breathe in to prepare. Actually breathe out. The breath in is when you lift your head, neck, and shoulders, lift your legs, look forward, reach through the fingertips. Breathe out as you lower. Inhale up, exhale, lower. Here's the number 3. Draw your navel to the ground so you can protect your low back. Here's 4. Here's 5. Now you can always bend your knees, tap your toes if your back starts to arch. 6. 7. Now I started using my arms more like a jackknife. 8. 9. So my daily practice typically has my arms more like this. Most recently, I started keeping my arms overhead, still lifting the head, neck, and shoulders, but this allowed me to concentrate on my back a little more. 15, I think. 16, 17, inhale up. 18, reach through your toes, try to scissor your legs together. 19, almost there. 20, chin to chest at the top, yeah. And last one, 21, and done. Whew. Take a big breath in at the bottom, maybe even plant your feet and windshield wiper the legs, sighing your breaths out so you can let go of some of that heat, that tension. So good. Take your time here, collect yourself. When you're ready, you can rock and roll up to a seat or push yourself up to a seat by bringing your knees off to one side. Whew. And right 3. So right 3, I consider it kind of like camel pose preps, Ustrasana, because knees will be under hips and shoulders. So you can always take 2 fists to get that hips with distance apart-ish distance. Shoulders down your back. And this is really great neck mobility as well as the first stride. If you think about it, if you go to a PT for like neck injuries, they often will give you all sorts of looking left and right with breath up and down, like neck mobility. And so you already did one, and now you're going to do another function. So from here, your inhale will be bringing your chin up, and your exhale will be chin to chest. And that's 1. Go slow. And only you know what's going on with your neck. So do what feels right. If it doesn't feel good, try to keep the range of motion maybe a little slower, a little softer. Some cues for camel pose really help me here, like engaging the inner thighs to get the lift so gravity isn't diminishing you. You want to start to get that range of motion a little deeper. Shoulders soft. I believe this is 8, 9. My count 10. Halfway. Try to keep your shoulders, hips, and knees in one line. About 15, 16, it's not a race, 17, 18, 19, 20, and last one, 21. From here, you can just take a seat on your heels or sit comfortably on your glutes. Take a moment, close your eyes, hands can rest on your thighs. I'm gonna stabilize from that. Sometimes that one can get you lightheaded. I remember when I was starting out in particular, so you can really just take your time and slow all of these down. Deep breaths. All right, we're about to begin our 4th of the 5 rites. And this one is basically reverse tabletop. I'm just getting some of the tree debris off my mat. I love being outside, but you know, sometimes there's bugs, there's tree debris, there's people in the background, friendly random dogs. I love it. All right, so starting out in your plank pose, Dandasana, long extended legs, hips from the heels, nice long line. Plant your palms by your hip points, roll your shoulders down your back, your fingers are forward. These are going to support you. I usually like to do a little bit of wrist rolls before I start because this is a high demand on those wrists. So do what you need to support yourself on the way. And from here, it's a reverse tabletop. So inhale, press up your chest. Try to get your knees, hips, and shoulders in one line. You can have some engagement on the chin rather than letting your neck hang all the way back. And then you exhale, come back down. That's 1. So 21 of those, yeah? Inhale, exhale, inhale, Exhale. Here's 4, 5. Inhale to the top. I like to keep my heels glued, kind of slide my bum through. When I first started out, my bum was not cooperating with the fitting underneath. I had to learn how to use the strength of my arms and the space of my heart here to make it work, as well as let my feet move with me. I lost count, so I'll say this is 10. 12, soft bend in the elbows so that you're activating the muscles. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, last one, 21. Whew. All right, take a moment, hands to thighs, close your eyes, breathe deeply. That one always seems to super duper heat up my body temperature. Take care of your wrists here. If you had tension, maybe some wrist rolls, or just bringing the palms together and kind of flipping the prayer hands to the backs of hands a couple of times. Shake them out, or do those flashing lights. Open and close your palms a little bit. And the last one, the 5th rite, I consider it up dog, down dog, but your toes will stay tucked the whole time. It's high demand on the wrists as well. So taking your time to learn about your wrists, how they work, how they feel, so you can be sustainful of them, mindful of them for your life. So just a little friendly thing that through the years I've learned about our wrists. As a lot of people with wrist issues, more weight gets dumped onto the outer wrist, the smallest bone. That's not good. So you'll hear in yoga classes a lot when you're in down dog or something to press into the L and J shape of your hands, so the inside of your arms. That's where the stronger, bigger bone is of your arms, your forearms. So that's where you want to press more weight. So keep that in mind when you're doing this shape. So this one, from tabletop, shoulders are over the wrists, grip your fingertips into the mat. You can step it to your plank, or you can go into down dog if this is your first kind of activity of the day, stretch it out to start. But basically from your dog, you inhale, send the hips to the sky. And exhale, shift forward, shoulders ahead of wrists, dip the hips, hug your elbows back so your heart melts forward, and then repeat. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. That was 3, here comes 4. You have to have an active core for this. Belly to spine so you're not damaging your low back. This is 10. Inhale up. Exhale, lower the hips. Inhale up. Lower your hips. 13. 14. Keep the elbows slightly bent so you're activating the muscles. 15. Hips to the sky. 18. 19. 20. Last one, 21. Knees down. Woo, I usually take a child's pose. Usually flip my palms up, squeeze them in and out a little bit. Big round of breath. And after you've taken some time to recover, come on up. Do some shoulder rolls down your back. Nice. Do any kind of wrist therapy things you might need. Breathe deep. Great time to set an intention for the day for yourself. Just practice gratitude. Thanks for experiencing this with me. I really encourage you to check it out. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Namaste.